Okay, let's jump right in. Today we're doing a deep dive into some pretty serious commercial audio. Specifically, the Kramer GALIL-6-AW-WHITE. It's a 6.5-inch outdoor speaker.
That's right.
And our mission, really, is to figure out what all the tech specs actually mean if you, our listener, need sound that can really survive tough outdoor conditions. We want to know about durability, how easy it is to install.
Exactly. And the sources are clear. This is definitely an all-weather unit. Designed for on-wall mounting, sold as a pair, and you can get it in white or black.
Okay, basic stuff covered.
But yeah, when we talk about handling the elements, there's one spec that really matters most. We should probably start there.
Let's do it. Cut straight to the chase. What's the single most important technical detail that guarantees this thing won't dissolve in the first downpour?
That would be the IP rating. It's IP66 certified. That's ingress protection.
IP66. Okay. What does that mean in plain English?
Well, the first 6 foot tells you it's completely sealed against dust, nothing getting in there. The second 6 foot, and this is the crucial part for outdoor use, means it can withstand powerful water jets. Think heavy rain, storms, even being hosed down.
So not just splash-proof, but properly waterproof against strong water pressure.
Precisely. That's a serious level of protection, way beyond just weather resistant.
And I see the materials seem to back that up. Aluminum grill, steel brackets, ABS cabinet. Sounds pretty robust.
Yeah, the build quality is definitely there to support the IP rating.
But here's the interesting part for me. How do you make something that tough sound good?
Yeah.
Inside, it's a two-way system. It's got a 6.5-inch woofer with a polypropylene cone, which is pretty standard for outdoors.
Durable material.
But it also has a 1-inch silk dome tweeter. Silk dome.
Yeah.
That sounds almost, well, audiophile for a rugged outdoor box.
It does, doesn't it? It suggests they weren't just aiming for durability, but also for, decent sound fidelity, trying to get clear highs even outdoors.
Okay, so how does it perform then? What are the numbers?
Well, the frequency response is listed as 80 hertz to 20 kilohertz at plus or minus 3 dB.
80 hertz on the low end. Is that good enough for outdoors?
Actually, yeah. For this kind of application, it's quite effective. You don't really need super deep sub-bass outdoors, especially in larger spaces. It just gets lost. Starting cleanly at 80 hertz gives you punch and clarity, which is what you need for announcements or background music to cut through.
Right. Clarity over rumble. Makes sense. Okay, so it sounds decent. It's built like a tank. How do you actually power these things, especially if you need a lot of them, like in a commercial setting? This is where it gets a bit more technical, right? The multi-tap transformer.
Ah, yes, the transformer. This is key for commercial audio installs. It basically gives the installer two choices.
Two choices. Okay.
First, you can just bypass the transformer completely, run it as a standard 8-ohm speaker, low impedance or low Z.
Right, and that gives you the best sound quality.
Generally, yes. You get the full power handling, too, which is 40 W RMS or 110 W continuous program power. But running lots of 8-ohm speakers needs thick, expensive cables and careful impedance matching at the amplifier. Not always practical for big installs.
Okay, so that's option 1. Good for maybe a small patio setup. What's option 2? For, say, an entire theme park or campus?
That's where the transformer comes in. You switch it to use the 70-volt or 100-volt settings.
High voltage systems.
Right. Exactly. Think of it like stepping up the voltage allows you to send the power over much longer distances using thinner, cheaper speaker wire. You can daisy chain dozens of these speakers on just one amplifier channel.
Ah, I see. So it dramatically simplifies the wiring for large areas.
Hugely simplifies it. And you can tap each speaker at different power levels, like 30 watts, 15 watts, 7.5 watts, depending on how loud you need that specific speaker to be.
But wait, there's usually a trade-off, isn't there? Doesn't running speakers on a 70-volt line reduce the audio quality a bit? Why bother with that nice silk dome tweeter then?
You're absolutely right. There is a trade-off. The transformer inherently limits the frequency response and dynamic range compared to the 8-ohm mode. It prioritizes distribution and cost-effectiveness over pure fidelity.
So it's a compromise.
It's a necessary commercial compromise. But by using better components like that silk dome tweeter, Kramer is aiming to keep the sound, especially voice clarity in the high end, as clean as possible even when running on the 70-volt system. It makes the compromise less noticeable for background music and speech.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Now, quickly on the buying side, the sources mentioned they're sold by HDTV Supply, and the price seems pretty competitive for a pair. Around $312 currently, down from $390 MSRP.
Yeah, and there's often a discount code mentioned too, like 10% off. Worth checking.
Plus, it looks like they include free shipping, a standard 1-year warranty, and interestingly, free lifetime tech support.
That lifetime support phone, chat, text, email, that's actually a big plus for commercial gear, suggests the vendor stands behind it for the long haul.
Right, so summing it all up then.
Well, you're looking at the Kramer GALIL-6-AW. It's a really solid outdoor speaker. It manages to balance those high-fidelity aspirations like the silk tweeter with the absolute must-haves for commercial jobs, that IP66 rating, and the flexible 7100-volt power tapping, built tough for tough places.
Definitely seems designed for demanding environments. Which brings me to a final thought. We talked about the IP rating for rain, but I noticed the storage temperature range is pretty extreme. Minus 40 degrees Celsius up to plus 70 degrees Celsius. That's much wider than the operating range.
Yeah, minus 40 to plus 70 C. That's quite a range.
So beyond just rain and dust, what other environmental challenges, maybe extreme temperature swings during shipping or storage in unconditioned warehouses or maybe even intense desert heat, might demand that kind of built-in resilience? It makes you think about all the other stresses commercial gear needs to handle, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That storage spec tells a story about just how robust the internal components likely are. Something to consider.